Welcome to another gathering of the Gold Key Adventurers Society. Have a seat by the fire as we prepare to help you unlock the secrets of the travel life. From theme park thrills to Purple Mountain's majesty, we want to see it all and do it all, and we want to help you do the same. We all have those bucket list trips, once-in-a-lifetime destinations that we'll get to someday. We're here to help you make your travel dreams a reality. Buy the ticket, take the trip. Where do you want to go?
Come on, now tell me what's on your bucket list. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day.
Welcome back to another meeting of the Gold Key Adventurer Society. My name is Dan Leonard.
Hi, Dan.
And joining me this week in the studio is Heather Strait.
Hello.
And Mr. Jeff Williams.
Thank you for having me.
I love waiting to find out which Jeff Williams is showing up to each recording session.
It's the one that's more Mitch McConnell than Jeff Williams.
I don't like that one. Not my favorite.
For a minute, it was a little bit Wilford Brimley,
Yeah.
and then I could get into that. Go have a bowl of, go get you a bowl of oatmeal while I read the introduction here. Our show, as always, is brought to you by Key to the World Travel. Key to the World Travel is a full-service travel agency specializing in theme parks, cruising, and destinations around the world. Head to www.keytotheworldtravel.com for more details and a no-obligation quote on the vacation of a lifetime. What do I do
crushed
next?
that, Dan.
It's so good.
Yeah. I didn't stutter or anything.
No.
It was-
Try as I
Just-
might. You didn't crack.
It's a miracle, because I really don't remember what we do now.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has. It's been like a whole month. I think it's news time.
Yes.
Let's get started with... I had some trip report action for you guys. I was
Ooh.
at Walt Disney World Resort a couple of weeks ago.
I recall that.
That was a three-part trip.
It was an intense whirlwind of Florida vacation travel. And so I just had a little trip report, share some things. So we started off at Universal Studios. We stayed at Cabana Bay Beach Resort.
I love
Solid.
that place.
That was my first time staying there. That was my first time being inside there. I loved it. It was great.
I
It's
didn't
a really
realize
nice
that was the
resort.
first time you had visited there. I love that place.
Yeah.
It has a
I
groovy
love it.
mid-century vibe that I dig.
The food court there is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, the food court is great. The rooms were not. I was pleasantly surprised at that family suite.
Did you have one of those family suites?
Yeah, we were in a family suite. We had an indoor entry one, and
I love those.
we were as far away from everything as you can get, just about. But it was fine. It was good, and it showed its age a little bit down those hallways and corridors. They're doing some work, but
Yeah.
but, it was a beautiful resort. We loved it.
How many of your children did you terrify with dinosaur attractions?
Only two of them this time. I took Presley and Alex. They are
Velociraptor?
no. Oh, whoa! All of them were terrified by a Velociraptor. Kendra had, for a long time, has been wanting to do the Raptor experience, the Raptor encounter
with
photo.
Raptor encounter.
Photo.
Oh, yeah.
We turned the bend where you could see the raptor, and Sophia immediately noped out on that one. So I pulled her stroller off to
Hard
the
nope.
side. Alexander, our 5-year-old dinosaur fanatic, also noped out when he saw that raptor moving. And Wyatt and Presley looked actually nervous. And when the raptor jumped out in the middle of the photo shoot, Presley looked really nervous.
I know what that thing is and what's going to
scary.
happen, and it still kind of
Yeah,
gets
it's a little
me.
unnerving the way it's moving there and stuff. But it's
That's a great little
it's a really
attraction.
fun little photo op.
Nothing scares me at all. I wasn't jump scared by that at all.
Right. I
Yeah.
recall that.
Freaked out.
We also spent some time in the Camp Jurassic the kid playground there. That's just the first time I've gone back there too. And that is a really fun playground. I know that not everybody wants to spend time in a playground at the theme parks, but if you haven't and you have some kids who need to blow off some steam,
it's a great one.
I loved that when he was.
The water cannons. My kids got in a huge battle with some other kids that were running around, and those nets that are all over the place. Those are real fun to run through. So,
did you get to do the Pterodon flyers?
I did not. We had a situation where 2 children wanted to ride it, one of whom needed an adult with them. And then Wyatt is just a little too tall to go on.
Oh, no.
But he's not old enough to be
crazy.
Adult to go with the short one.
Right. Oh.
And Wyatt was devastated because he loved that ride. Just last summer when he went, he was short enough.
That's stupid. If I can ride it with a kid, then why can't I?
Exactly.
That makes
he's
zero
not
sense.
a legal adult, so he's not old enough to. I think you have to be 14 to supervise a child under the age of 7.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. So he wouldn't be able to go in 4 years because then Alex would be over 7, so he wouldn't need supervision.
Right.
It's really dumb. They should have just let him out.
I hate that because if an adult is actually able to ride it, well,
then so should be
so should a 10-year-old.
It's one thing if it's like a big gang of teenagers wrecking up the place.
And that's what they're trying to prevent, but they just screwed over one little 10-year-old.
Yeah, that's
he was pretty sad about that. But and then the other dinosaur attraction, we did do the river adventure. And that was funny watching Alexander go down the hill.
Oh,
He froze when he saw that giant T-Rex head right at the top of the hill. This is serious stuff. And I don't think he was quite expecting that hill. So he loved that. But
did you do the 3 water things in a row?
No, that was the only water ride we did. And that was Sunday morning. This was an insane decision on my part. So we showed up Saturday and we spent most of Saturday in the theme parks. The next day was Father's Day, which was the day that I was leaving the family to go on the Galactic Star Cruiser. So we got up, butt crack of dawn, went and got Voodoo Donuts for Father's Day breakfast, and then we did early entry into Islands of Adventure. And that was so much. It was such a long day for me, because I had to walk off.
Yeah.
And then checked into the Star Cruiser in full costume.
Right. Yeah. So I spent a few hours in the morning with the kids. We did the Jurassic Park stuff. And then I walked all the way from Jurassic Park to the boat docks at City Walk, and then walked from Sapphire Falls over to. I decided to be a bad person and cross the street instead of going the approved path.
I do it every time.
Every time.
It saves you like 10 blocks of walk.
By the time I got to the Star Cruiser, I was just already beat, but it was totally worth it.
A sweaty wreck.
I'm not.
How'd you get over there?
Yeah, I lifted. I'm banned from Uber for some stupid reason.
You're banned from Uber. What'd you do?
A few years ago during one of our company's conferences, I took an Uber from our hotel to Disney Springs, and my phone was on the verge of dying, and I didn't have any signal, and something got messed up, so it didn't finalize my payment. It lost connection, and then my battery died while I was trying to apply the tip and finalize payment. I don't know what happened, but somehow I ended up stiffing the driver on that ride, and now I'm banned from Uber.
Oh, no.
I don't know how it happened.
For one infraction?
I thought you had to pay before you...
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Somehow my payment didn't go through, and they didn't give me the opportunity to be like, hey, let me pay. They were just like, you're just banned.
That's it, you're banned.
So...
Like forever?
Yeah, forever. I can't order Uber Eats. My phone number is blacklisted from Uber.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Which
crazy.
is fine because they're scumbags.
That's hilarious.
It is funny.
I just use Lyft anyway. It's fine. But so I lifted over there.
If they're going to be that way, then yeah.
I'm also concerned that you're trying to move about Disney with that little battery juice.
That was like...
That is
That was a day that I had been traveling forever and flight delays, and which always seems to happen to me at KeyCon. I don't know why, but I never get there on time. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, so Universal was good. The kids loved it. We mostly did Harry Potter stuff the first day. We traumatized the baby with the dragon at Gringotts.
Various lizards scared her.
It was fun. And then we hung out back in Curious George town for a while, and so everybody had fun, although she was a little bit little for Universal. Universal has surprisingly restrictive height limits on their rides. There's hardly anything that you can do if you're under 36 inches. And she's just... Even in
Seussland
was
and
like
whatnot?
the only thing she could do.
Oh.
And
Seussland and that whole little...
Take that back. She could...
place back there, Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah. She couldn't do Woody Woodpecker if she had wanted to. And she was able to do E.T. She did not like E.T., but she was able to do E.T.
Oh no.
She liked it until you take off and start flying, because she thought that she was really up in the air. It was too dark.
What an idiot.
Yes, my 2-year-old is an idiot. But yeah, Universal was good. There's not a lot of news from Universal, so there's not a lot of new stuff to share.
It's true.
Just
how did she like Fast and Furious?
We skipped that one. We did skip that one. She was a big fan of the carousel and one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. She liked the Cat in the Hat. That was about it.
Who doesn't?
Other than that, she was...
Did she get a lick of a butterbeer ice cream?
Not an ice cream.
Or are you a bad parent?
No, I'm a good parent. I spent $1 million on a whole bunch of butterbeers, and then all of them took one sip. It was like, it's too sweet and it's gross, and threw it away. So,
oh no!
Note to other parents: buy one, see how your kids like it before you buy 4 more.
Taste
I had
test.
a feeling it was going to happen. We got the picture of them all taking a sip and getting a mustache together for
everybody
the gram.
with their butterbeer mustache. I saw those.
That's
cute. So that was fun. So that was
yes, $70 worth of
butterbeer. Yeah. And then you abandoned them and went on the Star.
Yeah, then I abandoned them on Father's Day and went to the Star Cruiser. We're going to save the details on that until later this summer, after you guys get to go on that.
All who went came back with just rave reviews.
It was an amazing experience.
I'm excited for my turn.
I do want to ask you, what percentage of people would you say were some version of cosplaying in there?
I'd say there were varying degrees of cosplaying. A lot of people were more like bounding almost.
Mm-hmm.
Thematically worked. There were not as many like super spectacular outfits as I've seen pictures from earlier cruises. I think that just varies from week to week or sailing to sailing who's there.
So you and the boys looked good. You and Dave were
they all did
pretty
and
in
Dave
there.
And the boys kept it real simple.
Even Owen got in the spirit.
Yeah, you don't have to do a lot. They had a vest and a scarf, and that made it work.
That's it, essentially.
Kept it pretty simple.
Scoundrel types.
Yeah, it was good. So at this point, I'll say it was amazing. I would love to do it every couple of weeks because it was just like my happy place.
That is what my family thinks as well.
Every couple of weeks. That could really get
yeah, but there's that. If it was feasible, I would love to do it every couple of weeks. There's almost endless possibilities for the way the experience could go. And I'm sure after you guys experience it, we'll be able to talk about that some.
I've yet to talk to anyone that didn't like it. Mm-hmm. Even agency friends of ours that got to do it that are not Star Wars fans at all.
And
I didn't always know what was going on, but I love it.
You don't really have to know. They put you in the middle of a brand new story and they I don't want to say force you, because if you don't want to get involved, you could stay totally uninvolved. But it's like, if you want to play the game, every single person gets a chance to be the star and the hero at some point.
That's cool.
So cool. Yeah, it's amazing. I hate seeing the question, is it worth it? Because the dollar sign isn't what it's about. It is 100% what a Star Wars fan wants to do. So I'll leave it at that. Walt Disney World. I joined up with the family after
your 2-day
cruise.
You didn't see them at all while you were on the Corellia.
No, they were actually at Hollywood Studios the day that we were on Batu, but they went in the afternoon, and Kendra specifically didn't want to cross paths. She didn't want to take me out of the experience. So that's very kind of her.
Story.
I wouldn't have minded seeing them there, but they went in the afternoon. We were there in the morning when it was beautiful and sunny and not too super hot. And then in the afternoon, there was torrential downpours while they were there.
Oof.
Hey, perfect.
So that worked out well. I will say that you can no longer give me crap about not having been on Rise of the Resistance.
Yay, finally.
And he didn't even like it.
It sucked ass. No, it was amazing. I loved it.
That is a lie.
It was so good.
Said no one ever.
It really was the greatest thing. It was just amazing. But yeah, so met up with the family after that. I will say it was crowded, but it did not feel as crowded as, say, last November did during Food and Wine, even though this is like height of the season.
I never think the summer it's more miserable because it's hot, but it's never as crowded as fall.
It didn't feel jam-packed. It was doable. We had really great luck with Genie Plus. I almost feel bad for all the crap talking I've done about it the last few months because we had good luck with it. We got good picks, but we also, Kendra's very open-minded. We have to get Big Thunder. It's whatever's available as long as and there's nothing that we don't like really. So we just snag whatever's available and we're happy. And we managed to get the individual Lightning Lane passes for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind for an nearly first thing in the morning slot. And
isn't that right?
God,
awful.
It sucks. No, actually, like
you're lying again.
There's no reason to ever ride Space Mountain again in my book.
I never want to.
Space Mountain is what Space Mountain should be. It was incredible. But
so good.
So yeah, Genie Plus were great for us. We even got that. They managed to get Ratatouille. They managed to get Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We got.
I think she told me the only thing that you guys didn't get that she wanted was Slinky Dog.
Yeah, she didn't get Slinky Dog. We got Seven Dwarfs. She didn't get. We got Millennium Falcon. So we got a lot.
And I hear the 2-year-old loves the teacups.
Oh, the 2-year-old rode the teacups 5 or 6 times and she would have gone more. So that was one of her favorite things of the entire trip. So that was fun.
That's great.
That's pretty cool.
Well, it was great too because she was like, I want to go fast, Dad. Let's go really fast. I was like, okay, help me go fast.
So you're really working it.
And I'm working it fast, like as fast as her little hands could manage. And I was like, okay, move your hands. I'll make us go really fast. I made us go really fast and it plastered her against the chair. And she's like blank face, like, oh, it's a little too fast. She was surprised.
But she liked it?
Loved it. She loved it. It was great.
That's awesome.
So that was fun.
I cannot spin like that. I can ride the teacups, but you better not start spinning it.
I love spinning.
She was funny because every single thing up ahead, I don't want to do this. I do not want to do this. I do not want to do that. And then afterwards, I liked it.
I want to do it again.
Yeah, a lot of them. She didn't like a lot of the ones that got dark. And she was really upset about ones that went high until she was actually up high in the sky. I don't want to fly, Dad. I don't want to fly. And then she was happy flying when she got up high. But
cutie. I never went with a kid that small. Wyatt was almost 6 the first time we took him.
But that was great. The whole magic through her eyes because it was her first trip. It was pretty awesome. She got to see.
That's great.
Did she have character?
She got to meet Minnie Mouse. She got to meet Daisy Duck. Her absolute favorites were Goofy and Pluto, actually. Pluto licked her autograph book, and she still thinks that's the funniest thing ever. She tells me 2 or 3 times a day, Pluto licked my book. Yes, I know. Pluto licked your book. But that was great. I'm trying to think. There's 1 or 2 other things I was going to mention, but I can't remember.
Alex got to take a walk through Galaxy's Edge with Chewbacca.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Bro, that's special.
Yeah, and that's the second time that one of my kids has gotten abducted by a character in a theme park.
Gaston and Disneyland.
Gaston
Yeah.
took Presley. She's 7 now. She was like 4 when that happened. Off of the teacup ride and just walked through Fantasyland. And then this trip, Alex,
That's great.
and you never see that in Walt Disney World except for in Galaxy's Edge. We were in the right place at the right time, and Chewbacca was coming out to walk over to his meet and greet area, which is by the entrance to the marketplace. And we happened to, and there was a big crowd of people, but Alexander got right up next to him and gave him a hug, and Chewie held out his hand to him, and Alex didn't believe at first that he was supposed to hold his hand, but I told him, take his hand. And Chewie led him all the way across Galaxy's Edge over to the meet and greet
That's
area.
so amazing.
And he had the biggest grin on his face the whole time. It really was.
That is, I
the kind
love
of
that.
magic. That was.
It's so cool that's back
Yes.
now. I'm so excited for
Yeah,
that.
and it's cool that they're starting to get a little bit of that interaction, like what at Disneyland, at Walt Disney World, like the fact that they're actually putting characters in the hotels all of a sudden. I forget where, but I've seen a few reports of characters.
Yeah, they've got a little bus that they arrive in.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we really loved about the Disneyland Hotel when we were there, is the characters that you would randomly see in the lobby and common area hallways there. So that makes it pretty magical in the hotel. So we love that. It was a great trip overall. Oh, we ate at, you guys have eaten at Connections at this point? Yeah.
I love, it's the biggest Starbucks on.
Yeah,
property.
there's that.
Yeah, I haven't eaten any food there. We just went in the Starbucks.
I wish that the other side was open for breakfast along with the Starbucks, but whatever.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of space in there. There is space, but it looks like it's closed at breakfast time, but you can go around the back because that's where the restrooms are. We had lunch there. It was really good. The lunch menu was good. There's some interesting burgers. I had like the
menu looks
some
great.
kind of Asian, like bibimbap type burger, or it was a banh mi burger. It was delicious.
Yum.
And it is really great for the indoor seating area. They have attendants, and actually they have stanchions with a rope, and they will not let you into the seating area unless you've got a tray of food with you. To the point where even I took the food to the table and then grabbed our cups to go get soda, and coming back, at first she wasn't going to let me in because she thought I was going to try to sit down at a table with just drinks. And she said, oh yeah, wait a second. I remember seeing you. I had to show her, like, I'm with them with my food. But so that way,
I just had to go get the drinks.
That way we don't have people camping out, holding tables for half an hour while they're waiting for their mobile order to be ready.
I was that person sitting in the Starbucks for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think they're quite.
It's different over in Starbucks. You can just sit. It's a cafe. You can just sit around. Jeff had to recover from doing Guardians of the Galaxy too many times in a row.
Yeah. I just needed to have air conditioning and stillness and some caffeine.
I get it.
No, I didn't even get caffeine. We got the acai cooler thing.
Those have caffeine in them.
That's what I was saying. I needed that caffeine.
I hate saying that word.
That's what I love about those, that they are caffeinated. But fruity.
I only order those mobile order because I refuse to say the word acai to a stranger. I feel silly saying it.
It's no sillier than saying the names of their sizing scheme there.
This is true.
What'd you think of Guardians of the Galaxy? Did all of y'all write it? The 2-year-old, I guess.
Alex didn't write it, and the 2-year-old didn't write it, but the rest of us did. And even Presley wrote it, which I was surprised because she's been really nervous about rides.
It helped probably that she couldn't see it.
Yeah.
True. You can't see what you're about to get on.
We told her that it wasn't any. Kendra told her that
it's like Goofy's.
Yes, that's what she told her. Oh, no. Actually, what got her to agree to try it, because she decided all of a sudden that she's afraid of heights, which is weird. She went on the Jurassic Park river ride with me, and then she said she didn't like the drop at the end and that she didn't want to ride Splash Mountain anymore, which Splash Mountain is was her all-time favorite ride. She decided she doesn't want to ride Splash Mountain this year.
Huh.
And I told her, you're inside and you can't even see the roller coaster track. So you don't know.
So you're never
up high because you can't see the ground. So you don't feel like you're up high. And that got her to agree to do it. But she loved it. She wanted to go again.
So
she
fun.
had a great time. Oh. Wyatt absolutely loved it, although his face in the online photo looks just like it did on Velocicoaster.
Somebody needs to tell his face.
Yeah.
Does he look scared or just look
a little ashen faced and scared? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wyatt always looks totally stone faced. He loves rides, but he always looks just like totally expressionless. My Wyatt.
Yeah. The one I stole the name from. I often look that too,
correct.
So I've learned to force myself to look like I'm having fun when I'm on rides. Yeah, they all loved it. So that was good.
What song?
We got Flock of Seagulls.
Oh, so jealous. Haven't had that one yet.
Both of us, yeah, it was great. Both of our groups got the same song, which was interesting because they went right after I did, but they got the same song. It was a fun song. The ride was fun. I couldn't tell you what the storyline is because you flash by all those videos so fast, and I wasn't paying attention to the dialogue.
The whole thing is you're jumping through portals, just trying to get there, and then you do get there. That's all you need to know.
This last time that I rode, I tried to pay attention to what they were saying and what the screens were showing instead of just having a fantastic, woo, I'm having a great ride. So I got a little bit more of it, but I think I'll just go back to just enjoying how fun
all the story you need is in the videos you watch before you launch.
That's true.
You're trying to jump through these portals to get there before the whatever big giant guy does.
That was fun. I was so busy laughing and feeling
really big
gleeful
man.
that I didn't.
How can I say it's about time? Of course it's about time. Have you not been paying attention?
I love that whole ride.
Yeah, the pre-show is great. That's what it's like.
So
it's a really good pre-show.
Wait,
that effect in the second pre-show room where you just like they port you onto the ship. And
It's
you're like,
so
what?
good.
So cool.
That's so,
It's so
cool.
simple, but it's so good. It's amazing.
Yeah,
They're
perfectly done.
It's really good. So yeah, that was my trip in a nutshell. A very large nutshell.
Sounds like a good one.
It definitely was.
3 distinct experiences.
Almost makes me want to take the kids more often.
Pretty good, Dan.
No.
We'll see about that.
Who would
I don't
bring
recommend
kids
it.
to a place like that?
It was a mistake. Speaking of Splash Mountain, did you see we finally have not an actual date, but a time frame for the opening
Yes.
of the
A year after the announcement, we finally have a time
for the
frame.
remake of Splash
At
Mountain,
least a
and
year.
also a kind of whelming rename for it. I'm disappointed
It is a
in the
little
name they
whelming.
went with.
It should have mountain in the name.
Yeah, or at least be a little bit.
Thanks for
All of their names anymore are so long and have a colon and parentheses and
Disney presents Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure is the new name for Splash Mountain, and it will be opening late 2024. So.
Oh,
Also,
wow, when are due?
I like that the name of the ride is TBA.
Oh my gosh, it is.
They've had a run of unfortunate acronyms.
Yes.
With their names.
Do we have any idea of when they're closing the current iteration to start construction?
It's got to be
That
soon.
they did not say.
Yeah.
Because
I
they
mean,
already closed the Disneyland one.
Yeah, but I don't think that Disney.
They're both supposed to open late.
I don't think the
24.
Disneyland one is closed for this layover, is it?
I thought
When
they
I
already
was
had done
last-
it like last week or 2 weeks or something.
I don't know. When I was
Maybe
last
a
there,
dream.
it was their normal January refurb.
Yeah.
So
Land.
I was there in January.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it should take that long
Yeah,
to
we were.
do that overlay, especially since they've had so long to work behind the scenes, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. That's a long time. We're still looking at solid almost 2 years.
Yeah, that's a very long time for one of their headline attractions to be shut down.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what that does. Be interesting to see what little things they come up with to soak up people, because I'm sure that they're going to have weird little diversions. Which reminds me, now that the parade is back at Walt Disney World, those cavalcades are like non-existent. They've
I
pretty much given up
know.
on those.
I'm sad. I loved the cavalcades. I liked it better than a parade.
Yeah, me too.
It's short.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway,
You didn't have people camping out in the street although I don't mind if a bunch of people want to camp out while I'm still back enjoying the other attractions.
Yeah,
That is
camp
fine
out
with
all you
me.
like.
that's
Yeah.
fine by me.
That's true.
So anyway, that's Splash Mountain. So probably need to get on that soon because they'll probably shut it down for a couple of years.
Yep. Get your last rides in.
I'm sure it'll be just wildly different. But it's,
Yeah.
I say it's probably just they're going to reskin all the same animatronics they already have and put some new paintings in there. To make that look like the Bayou would take nothing.
Really, all they have to replace is the actual like rare characters from most of the rest of the animals. They could just leave and throw Tiana in at the beginning.
Put the Louis I hope that the Firefly or whatever, Fireflies will be in there, even though the main one is dead. Yeah. Spoiler alert for a 15-year-old movie.
But that'll be good. I'm excited to see it.
I'm imagining, but Dr. Facilier's name. It would have been so cool if it was, are you ready?
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yes.
You go down into the laughing place, could have been at nighttime with the fire. That's where the Firefly should be down. That first little drop into the laughing place and the fireflies and we'll see.
Well,
I'm sure it'll be cool, whatever it is. And the ride mechanics are fun. It doesn't really matter what's. I'm not like, oh God, I love Brer Rabbit. I don't care about that.
Right.
It's just a fun ride.
So I'm excited to see how that changes. We've got a whole bunch of stories of things returning, which it felt like we had hit the threshold for things coming back, but there's still things left to come back.
It's funny how much stuff was missing that till they announced it's gone. You're like, oh, got that was or announced it's returning. You forget it was gone.
Yes.
Well, fans of hair and makeup will be happy to hear that Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and the Harmony Barbershop will both be returning this summer to the Magic Kingdom.
August, is that right?
Yeah, August 25th for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. 3 B's in each of those words, please. And Harmony Barbershop was, I think, a little bit earlier. The story doesn't want to load up all of a sudden.
I want to get my hair cut there someday.
Yeah.
Get a little Prince cut.
Maybe you can talk them into giving you the first haircut package and you can get the tiny little ears hat.
Get the little ear.
Yes.
Yeah, and they can save my little loft of my hair in a loft. That's not a word.
A lock?
Little lock of
That's
my
the
hair
word.
in a little pillowcase thing.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be cute? I don't know why this won't.
That would be adorable.
I don't know. Are we excited to hear the opening date? I can look up the opening date on my phone.
No.
It's this summer.
Yeah, this
it's
summer.
It's going to be soon.
Later.
The barbershop will be open. And let's see, I'm trying to look in this article, see if there's any difference. It doesn't really say. I wasn't sure if they had maybe announced any differences.
No, it seemed like it was
services.
pretty much going to be back to usual.
Yep. Before I talk about this one, we also did just see today that they announced characters will be returning later this year, although it's the fall, for a few more restaurants. Crystal Palace, Ohana, and what's the other one I've never been to? Cape May.
Cape May Cafe, yep.
I'm a bad travel agent.
Finally.
Where is that?
That is at the Beach Club Resort.
I've never been
Beach Club
there, so I don't. They're all going to be getting their characters back for their meals at various.
Never been in there, like the whole hotel.
I've walked past the Beach Club from.
You gotta quit having all these kids, dude.
Dude,
Too late.
I go one have a conference at one of these hotels.
Well,
we have twice.
Yes, but
no, I stayed at.
Spoiler alert, there may be one in your future.
Then, good to know.
Hopefully.
So yeah, someday I'll stay at the beach club. What do you know?
Maybe like in
2023. That's a significant year for Key to the World travel.
It is.
Let's see.
It was also
our 7th anniversary, I think.
No. Coincidentally, it was also the site of the very first KeyCon conference.
Weird.
So do the math.
Number 10. It's number 10.
Number 10.
I did the math.
Good job.
Oh, hey, I found the story on themeparkprofessor.com.
Ooh.
Crystal Palace on September 20th. We'll be getting Pooh and friends back for
Gross.
lunch.
Pooh is
Lunch
back.
and
I don't want poo in my buffet.
lunch and dinner, which apparently they ditched the breakfast buffet there.
Interesting.
That's the only time I've been there. We did the breakfast buffet.
That was my favorite time to eat there.
That was a
'cause you
great
can't
breakfast
screw up
buffet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. September 27th, the Ohana Best Friends Breakfast featuring Lilo and Stitch will be back.
Yes.
So you can
Excellent.
get your pineapple coconut breakfast bread and delicious juices there. And then Beach Club Cape May, their characters will be back for the Cape May Cafe Minis Beach Bash Breakfast on October 4th.
So many words.
I know. You can feast on your mouth-watering salted caramel beach buns and meet up with
Maybe
Minnie
we
Mouse.
can get the dining plan back in 2023. Fingers
I
crossed.
don't think it's ever coming back.
Stop it.
Not as we know it.
That part is probably
They keep
true.
on saying it's going to be coming back someday, but they also keep on saying
It's
that
a huge moneymaker. It'll be
Yeah.
back.
they also keep saying the Magic Band Plus is coming, and
I know. It was supposed to release
I'm
in
still waiting
June.
for its
Yeah.
release in
Yeah.
June.
It's, yeah.
yeah, let's talk to the dock workers or something about that.
I'm going to guess they can't get it to work.
I don't know. Oh, that does remind me of something I forgot in my trip report. So remember we talked about that Bounty Hunters game that's going to work with Magic Band Plus, and that's located right next to the Ray and Chewbacca meet and greet area. That
No, I don't remember that.
It was a while ago we talked about it. Anyway, so if you're looking at that Ray Chewbacca meet and greet area, right on the right-hand end, there's like a round building. There's some sort of event space back there, apparently. Because when we were there was those construction walls that look like hedges set up, and there was a couple of cast members in like Star Wars themed street clothes that were clearly like bouncers, and they had tags on that said, or there was a sign up that said private event, and they had a name tag with some sort of credentials thing. So there's some sort of space back there.
Wait, so if I'm looking at Ray and Chewie on their 2-story thing, is it to my right
You're
or my
right.
left?
There's like a round tower building. I don't know what was in there, but there was some sort of event going on there.
I want to know, and I want to have an event
So
there.
I remember that tower. We stood in front of that. That was right by where the buffet started at that other thing we went
Yes.
to.
So I don't know what's there. I really wanted to know what the special Star Wars event that was going on was, but I wasn't brave enough to go talk to the
Hey,
bouncer
what y'all
guy.
doing
Yeah.
here?
If I had that voice, I could have pulled it off, but I don't. Let's see. Going down our news story list, I think I have one more Walt Disney World piece for you. The top of the world lounge at Bay Lake Tower in the Contemporary has been reimagined,
Reopening.
and it's actually something that people have been clamoring for a while, ever since the Villains Club. What was that? Club Evil, Club Villain, whatever it was at Hollywood
Club
Studios.
Villain,
Yeah.
I think. That villain party that they replaced with the dumb Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy.
Yeah. Opening yesterday, not available to everybody, but
Sadly.
the day before this episode drops, July 11th, the Villain's Lair is opening up in the Top of the World Lounge. It is exclusive.
You have to be a DVC member or a guest of a DVC member to go up there.
Hey, I was reading they've changed the rules there, and it's now major suckage.
Oh, no. What is it?
So listen to how it reads. Eligible members and their guests staying on that member's reservation are eligible.
No.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be only available to people staying at Bay Lake Tower.
So if you and your family of 3 that are not at Bay Lake Tower, but on it, if you're on property during your stay, you can go there.
Yeah.
But you can't bring your friends in like you could before.
Yeah, you've got to present your Magic Band, your membership card, and an ID to get in.
So you always used to have to do that. But one of our managers, Chad, was a DVC guy, so he could bring in, he brought in several of us. I think there was a limit of 4.
Right.
But now it looks like, and I don't know if it was always supposed to be that, but it looks like it's only people staying in your room.
Yeah. That's, although maybe that's, they know that it's going to be popular, so they're trying to cut back. The Disney villains have briefly settled in while the lounge was closed and left behind a few infamous portraits and accessories. So from the one picture that I'm seeing that's been shared, it's not super villainy themed, to be honest, although there's little things like...
It's just some artwork.
Yeah, there's some paintings and it looks like an Aladdin's lamp and some things like that. But the menu features the Churnaboard.
Churnabog charcuterie.
Yes. That you can get herb roasted.
Who is that?
Churnabog is from
Fantasia.
Fantasia
the
from
big
the
devil thing.
Yeah, the Night on Bald Mountain piece.
Which, is he really a villain? All he does is wake up and get the party started. He's a DJ.
Yeah.
He's not a villain.
Right, exactly.
I don't get why he gets such a bad rap. Anyway, you can get herb roasted Unfortunate Soul shrimp, layer made hummus, and Who's Afraid of Pork Belly sliders, paired with cleverly named cocktails like The Other Side, The Underworld, and Mirror Moonshine. So,
all right.
Looks like I'll be buying a DVD.
I was just going to say, I guess I won't be going up there till I buy Jeff some DVC.
Why would you want to buy it? That's
because he wants to go to the Top of the World Villains Lair.
I want to be a member of something.
You already are. Something far more exclusive and cool. My Friendship Club.
Sort of. That's right.
You didn't sound enthused about that.
Club Danny Boy.
A few weeks ago, since we all did so well on Heather's travel savvy quiz that she gave us, she's got another question for us.
These were pretty good. Here's my question. Could you land a plane in an emergency?
Totally.
In all the movies that the pilot has been shot or has an aneurysm and somebody has to step in and be talked down by someone on the ground. Is this actually plausible?
I'm going to say, based on my performance flying the Millennium Falcon, it's got to be easier than that. So yeah, I can totally land a plane.
Somebody did that 2 months ago.
Yes, and the gist of this article is yes, if it's the right kind of airplane. All of those times when you've seen someone actually doing this was in a Cessna, one of those little, simple, not that many controls aircraft. The author of this article says basically if it's a commercial airliner, you're screwed. Your chances of actually landing the aircraft are slim to none. And there's only been one time where this happened and someone took over the controls. What happened was there was a pressurization problem and everybody passed out except this one flight attendant who was able to quickly grab an oxygen canister. And this flight attendant was actually training to become a pilot. And even that person was not able to land this airliner.
No, hold on. What about that one time?
That is correct.
What about that one time where everybody ate the bad fish that was served at dinner, and then the one
Excuse me, stewardess. I speak jive.
and then the one guy inflated the autopilot and they crash landed safely.
It wasn't a guy that inflated it.
That's right.
The author says that if the aircraft was already on approach and everything had already been lined up by the pilot, that maybe you have a chance. But my favorite part of this article, they start talking about how they ask people, do you think you'd be able to do this? And most people say, yeah, I don't think I could. Then they talk about, this was a psychological study by a college in New Zealand. First, they have them play around on some flight simulators, and then they ask them again, now do you think you could? And my favorite part of the story says that, yes, most people who did the flight simulators, they have a confidence bias, and they think they could complete the task. But that the confidence bias appears to be worse in men than in women.
I was going to say, it's white men, isn't it? We all think we can land the plane.
It's white men that once a man watches a 20-minute video on YouTube, that he's going to say, oh, yeah.
No, but I mean,
I know that's a thing with men, but that is not a thing with this man.
To be fair, though.
I never think I can do anything. I don't even parallel park.
To be fair.
Make my wife do
That's how I do all the repairs on my car and on my home. And that's how I made this podcast is watch YouTube videos. And go from there. I get it.
When 256 other lives depend on you, I don't think
this finding is in line with existing work that has found that men tend to be overconfident in their knowledge and abilities, much more so than women, especially in high-stakes environments involving competitive running, diving, and other things.
I see what's going on here.
I saw a video, and so now I can do it. But then they end this article with, stick a person in a true full-motion airline simulator at 35,000 feet with no help and watch what happens. It ain't pretty. So
crash.
Unfortunately,
I can't even do the Microsoft flight simulator. I suck at that.
I know.
Yeah. Landing's hard. You got to control your speed and your angle. It's a lot of stuff.
I mean, most pilots I ride with aren't even very good at it.
Oh, yeah. We had a couple of rough touchdowns.
Yeah.
Here's a job that you might be better at. You could get paid to be a Las Vegas buffet taste tester.
I watched a YouTube video on how to do this, and I think I could do it.
I think you could do this. This is a real thing. It's an online gambling site called Time to Play that is looking to hire a Las Vegas casino buffet taste tester this summer to review the 4 most popular all-you-can-eat meals in Las Vegas. And you'll be reviewing the Bacchanal Buffet at Caesar's Palace, which this looks crazy. It's a 25,000 square foot restaurant. It has apparently a giant raw bar, a grill, pizzas, just everything you can imagine. Also, the buffet at the Bellagio, which is famous for its live-action cooking stations. The Wicked Spoon at the Cosmopolitan.
Cosmo.
I was going to say, I bet you've been to this one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They have dim sum and bottomless mimosas plus day-long brunch on the weekend. Thank you. And then rounding out the list is the Wynn Las Vegas Buffet that has 16 food stations, including one that's all just pancakes. And another one that's Latin street food.
So you're just paid to taste test?
Paid to taste test. You'll get a meal for 2 at each of the 4 restaurants, plus an airfare voucher to get out to Vegas. 4 nights at one of the hotels.
Yeah, if they put me up.
$1,000 spending cash. And here, this is my favorite part. They will provide you. They will provide you with Lululemon sweatpants.
What?
So that you don't have to loosen your belt.
Yes.
I will do it. They can keep their $1,000. Just put me up and fly me out there.
And then after submitting all the reviews, they will also get $500 more. And then their reviews will be featured on the Time to Play website. So you still have time to enter. U.S.
You have
citizens.
to submit writing samples?
Yes. So you have to be 21 years old or older. You have to visit the website and register with your name, your birth date, your email address, and a 250-word essay about what makes you the ideal buffet taste tester. All of this has to be to their website by July 31st.
I'm on it.
Huh.
And the gambling site is called Time to Play with the number 2, not the letters T-O. Time to Play.
See, here's the thing. At first, when I just saw the headline you sent me, I was a little concerned that this was going to be like the guy who got paid to taste test all the emperor's food before he ate it to see if it was poisonous. But
which stuff has
but these are classy establishments, so I assume that you're pretty safe. For some reason...
Oh, yeah, they're not sending anybody to like any of the real sketchy casinos.
But maybe that would be more entertaining.
Just maybe avoid the shrimp salad.
Too soon.
Sorry.
Oh. Somebody have some tummy
Jeff's
troubles.
had an encounter with some bad shrimp salad that he can never forget.
Everyone in my family had that encounter with... We were in a small hotel room after.
Oh boy. The family that has explosive diarrhea together stays together.
No, they just got to hear mine for 12 hours.
And now they're all in therapy.
Yes.
Yeah. Splash Mountain.
Oh, no.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us again for our weekly news roundup. If you're excited for the chance to be chilling like a villain at Walt Disney World or explore anywhere else around the world, Key to the World Travel, that's a lot of worlds in one sentence.
So
explore anywhere else, Key to the World Travel has the Stormtrooper Room from Rise of the Resistance, full of expert travel planners ready to make your vacation dreams a reality. Head to www.keytotheworldtravel.com to get started with a no-obligation quote. Don't forget to catch up with our friend, the Theme Park Professor, for all the latest theme park news and tips at www.themeparkprofessor.com. Word of mouth is the best way to help us grow our show. If you have a friend or two who you think would appreciate our special brand of globetrotting jackassery, tell them what makes our show so great and send them our way. You can find links to subscribe to the show on your favorite apps and all the latest updates at www.goldkeyadventurers.com. We can't wait to hang out with you again later this week, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye, y'all.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
To ask a question or share your travel story, you can reach us by smoke signal, carrier pigeon, or send an email to goldkeyadventurers@gmail.com. And make sure you follow the Gold Key Adventure Society on Facebook and Instagram. A huge thanks to our sponsor, Key to the World Travel. For all your travel planning needs, visit www.keytotheworldtravel.com for a free quote and help planning the trip of a lifetime. Tell them the Gold Key Adventurers sent you. That's www.keytotheworldtravel.com. Key to the World Travel, your key to a magical vacation. Thanks to Outer Vibe for the use of their song Hoka Hey for the intro and outro of our show. Find them on Facebook at The Outer Vibe or check out www.outervibe.com for tour dates, music, merch, and more. We'll see you next week for another meeting of the Gold Key Adventure Society. And until then, remember, life is short and the world is wide. So go have an adventure.